Okay, so today we're going to be learning how to set up a session on Pro Tools 8. It's very simple. We go to our Pro Tools link on your desktop or whatever you have it. Double click on it, and the session is going to start opening. I remember when I started learning how to use Pro Tools, it was very complicated for me to even know how to set up a session. So I hope you guys find this helpful, especially those who are starting in recording softwares. I know sometimes the word Pro Tools sounds so big, especially if you're not used to it, of course. But so today you're going to learn how to set up a session with Pro Tools 8 LE. So the first window that it appears in Pro Tools when you open it is like you can select your parameters that you want to use on your session. In this case, I'm using a WAV file. Bit depth is 24 bits, sample rate 96 kilohertz, depending on your audio interface, but it gives you options. In this case, mine allows me to record at 96, and you can record at 44.1, 48, 88.2. It really depends. And input and output settings, I have it in last use, which my last use is stereo mix. So in this case, then I give it OK, and this is then we gotta name our session, and in this case you can name your session. We're gonna name it Billy. There you go, that's my name. So we named the session Billy. And this is where it appears in Pro Tools. So after this, you're going to create tracks depending on how many instruments you're going to create, but we're going to create today audio tracks and MIDI tracks and a master fader. So we go to track up here, then we hit new. I'm going to create 2 mono tracks, and then you see this symbol plus over here. You can hit that one and you can create more tracks without hitting create and then opening the link again and creating. So this just, it's a simple way of doing it. In this case, I'm going to create a instrument track, which is for one of my plugins, Easy Drummer, which you can also check out on one of the products that we recommend for you in your studio if you're starting up. So we go to instrument track, we open it as a sample, and then we hit again plus, and it gives another option to keep creating tracks. In this case, we're going to create a master track so we can control our mix. And we go to master fader, and we hit create. And this is what we have. So it seems very simple. The next step is you're going to identify the inputs that you're using on your interface. In this case, for my guitars, I have it in analog 7, so you go to input output and you select over here on top interface, and in this case, my case will be analog 7. If you have an M box, you can use whether input 1 or input 2, it depends. And I'm going to put the other one as well. Let's say if I was to record 2 guitars, so have 2 guitars over here. Let me put it in analog 7. I put it in 6. There we go. And this one we use it for like a MIDI track, right? Then we have our master fader. So if you wanted to record, it's very simple. You see transport, so we can see the record and played and stop. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to trigger the track, and then I'm going to trigger the session up here. And there's 2 ways of doing this. You can hit your space bar to record, or you can hit the number 3 and your numerical keyboard pad. So you just hit number 3 in my case, and it's going to start counting, and then it's going to start recording. And there you go. That's how you open your session in Pro Tools. Then you hit space bars to stop it. And of course, if you want to delete it, then you just do Ctrl X and it's deleted. So thank you guys again. I hope you find this video useful if you're starting with Pro Tools. if you do, leave some comments on it, and we appreciate you stopping by Fire Tongue Music, and see you next time. Thanks.